What's up, world? This is Rich Airey. I'm with my co-host, the Prince of 1512, Prince James. Suave, what's going on, brother?
What's up, big dog? How you living out in OKC?
Oh, dude, it is hot as balls here. It was 111 degrees today with the heat index.
Dude, that fucking blows, man.
It's hot. Yeah, it's damn hot. But other than that, everything's good. Just trying to get everything balanced and in line, and trying to train and do those things and be smart about it. And as banged up as I've been and as many breaks as I've had to take in this, coming off of this injury, I still, every once in a while have a glimmer of hope that I might be able to get something going and be ready to toe the line come August.
How's that hip feeling, dude?
It had been feeling pretty good, and then I'm noticing now that I'm getting a little bit more. I don't want to say pain, but like a little bit of pinching during abduction. But nothing that I feel it more when I squat than anything else, or if I just try to do some abduction work. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So
where in that squat are you feeling it? Are you feeling it at the bottom or when you're coming up?
Just at the bottom, right at the very bottom. It just is like a tightness, like a pinching in the hip.
Do you feel that hip falling out as you get deeper to the bottom of your squat, or do you feel like that's tucked under you?
I always feel like I have a pretty decent squat, and then I, do some air squats, and the one gym that I go to here has mirrors in it, so I get in that bottom of the squat and sit there, and it just looks like, it's tucked under.
Have you played with that PVC pipe on the belt at all?
No, but that's only because I don't have a belt.
Yeah, that if you get a chance to get a belt, that will definitely let you know what's going on, because that's just it's just like when you put that band around your knees, it's just gonna force that stuff to fire that you might think you're firing, but when you have something there to kind of engage it, it helps a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I definitely need to get on that, but I definitely I've backed off the weight tremendously, and have just been moving very minimal weight to try to really work on recruiting the right muscles and doing things the right way, and not relying on my quads and stuff like that. So, but got nothing but time, so it's no big deal. But every once in a while, I talk to someone, or I see a post, or I just have a good day of training, and I get fired up to want to get after it and get in the mountains and start getting ready. But I don't know if it's going to go down.
Yeah, man, that inner bird dog never goes away, man. It's in your DNA. You're always going to want to go chase birds.
Yeah, it's tough, man, and it definitely fucks with you sometimes. But I'd say more so than ever in the last 2 or 3 years, I've tried to be very intelligent about my training and taking rest and doing things the right way. And, even in doing that, probably still skipped out on stuff, that probably would eliminate some of these things. So just going back to the drawing board, test and retest, and keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and you and I both know that, the ultra marathon is completed or won, during this time. This downtime is as much as an ultra as the race itself. You kind of learn that, I think, when you put those hours in on ultra, you kind of realize that the downtime and what you let your mind do is just as much as practice as the actual race itself or your mental, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely, try to get everything in line and go back to some of the things that I did before I got super heavy into the strength training and was doing more body weight stuff, and just kind of high intensity like MMA circuits that we were doing at Big Rick's, and just try to get back into like the more physio core work and reading more books, and broke down and went and bought Ready to Run and just trying to fix some shit.
Word, man. Aren't we all?
How you doing? How's your neck? How's your shoulder?
I'm doing good, man. The neck's feeling good. I'm definitely keeping up with my maintenance on it. Trying to stay ahead of it after I had Dr. Mike over at Cali Spine work on it pretty good. So the neck's feeling good. That shoulder still sticky, dude. Still feeling some just ugly stuff in that armpit rotator area when I get on that 90 degrees, but still trying to stay proactive and just stay ahead of it, not really letting anyone crank on it in jits, trying to be aware of my positions on the mat. And, it's really hard when someone grabs your head or grabs your arm, and you really don't want to tap, but it's like, well, if I don't, it's going to be another month, so I'd rather just tap and let my ego just chill out. It's always debate, always trying to learn how to go through that, and you always think when you're not in the situation you're a little bit more level-headed, and then you get put in the situation and you realize you still got a little bit of that monkey inside of you that needs to learn a little bit better.
Yeah, and the issue isn't always your inner monkey, it's the monkey that you're rolling with that unfortunately is the problem the majority of the times. And people always ask me if I would ever do it or would want to get into it, and I give them our stories from the past, and I just, as tempting as it is sometimes, I just know it's not, with who you're dealing with, it's just not worth it to me to want to be healthy and just drill and do things intelligently, and then have some fucking meathead cop to want to rip my head off that's 100 pounds heavier than me. It's just not. I can't allow myself to be put in those positions anymore.
Yeah, I'm finally at a point in my jiu-jitsu where I kind of realize that going with the bigger dudes, I just when I get put in a situation or when someone's going too hard, even if it's they don't have anything, I tap, because it's to me it's there's no sense of going past that, because I've gone past that, and so I ended in the boat that I'm in. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that, but at the end of the day, I'm a grown man, so I'm in fucking control of myself. So if someone's going too hard, it's my responsibility to fucking tap and chill it out, or be like, hey dude, I'm fucking hurt, you need to relax a little bit. I feel if I can't do that, if I let it go, or just let someone crank, that's up to me, right? Because at the end of the day, no one really gives a fuck. Everyone's in there trying to train and get better, so at the end of the day, you got to look out for yourself. That's where I'm kind of at right now, but I totally get it. Me and you have talked about it numerous times. I've tried to get you to come roll or get you to go roll. We definitely have had that conversation. I think where we kind of places we had trained at before definitely wasn't the best place for former wrestlers to go, because you and I both know when you walk into one of those places as a wrestler, they just wanted to beat you up, right? Day one at a certain MMA gym, me and you were going with a fucking UFC vet, and it was like, oh yeah, go wrestle with these guys. These guys are good wrestlers.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was writing some notes about some upcoming posts, some videos that I wanted to make, and I was thinking back to that tiny little room on Herbertsville Road, or Manilokin Road, I'm sorry, and I was thinking, back when before Frankie Edgar was the answer.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Some of those guys in there, man, it's crazy. You go back and you look at that, just, a bunch of dudes struggling and surviving, and you see how many of those dudes wound up making it. It's pretty crazy. No,
I know, and when I tell people those stories, I know that they're just thinking that I'm full of shit, but it's
dude, yeah, no one believes me, dude. Oh yeah, sure, you train with Frankie in Rutgers wrestling room, sure. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not fucking. Me and my brother have been the Fly and on many walls that people wouldn't believe that we were flies on the wall, but some way or another we figure our way in.
80% of success is just showing up, dude.
For real.
And you and I both know that we have no problem showing up.
No.
Anytime, anywhere, any distance, we'll get up, we'll drive, and we'll be there before you're there to open the doors.
Even if you live 20 minutes away.
Shout out to Coach Mike D.
Yo, the best.
Love
the
you, dog.
Best. Yo, if you're listening to Mike D, you're one of the best CrossFit coaches out there. And if you live in New Jersey, you ain't training with Mike D, what are you doing? Are you even training?
Yeah, I mean, for real. But
yeah.
Anyway.
So speaking of learning and what have you, I don't think we've talked. I know you might have brushed up on it on your Long Run Project podcast, but how'd that seminar go with Mr. Jack Daniels?
You know, it was really good. I was just actually reading through the book again before we got online, and you know, I was reading the section about training and racing at altitude, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but it's like it was a lot like having a live audio read of the book, because it was like almost, you know, what he was saying is like word for word what he has written in his book. You know, so it's just, you know, you can geek out on the science part of it, you know, and if you really want to, but the way he designed this program and has the calculator for you to just input your times and get your workout times, it's just, I mean, it's pretty easy to put together a pretty bulletproof, you know, training plan and get really good results. You know, and the dude's a legend. I mean, he's coached everyone from, or not, maybe not coached, but, you know, he's worked on and tested, you know, Jim Ryan, Billy Mills, Steve Prefontaine, you know, like all the people that we grew up listening to Big Rich talk about, and, you know, even to this day, he's still running tests on people and works with Olympians, and I mean, the dude's a legend, and he's, you know, the cool thing was he's lived in 17 different places, you know, different countries, different areas of the United States, and one of my questions for him was during one of the breaks was what's your favorite place, you know, what you know, where did you enjoy the most, or, you know, where would you go back to, or where would you want to end it all? And his point was, you know, it all depends on what you're looking to do, you know, because there's a lot of great places out there, but, you know, one place might be great, but if you're, you know, trying to be a ultra runner and, you know, you live in South Beach, Miami, you know, it might not be the easiest thing to be, you know, getting ready for, you know, the Leadville 100, but, you know, so that kind of resonated with me, just like, you know, what's the perfect place, and, you know, the perfect place comes down to what do you want to do, and whatever you want to do, that's where you need to go.
Nice.
You know, so, but it was good, a good refresher, and, you know, it's stuff that I've been doing for years, and, you know, I look back now that I'm getting up there in age, and, you know, and we've talked about this before too, is like where we were, you know, maybe pushed, you know, in certain directions to do things, and then when we got old enough to take the reins ourselves, and we went, you know, balls to the wall with it, then it was always, you know, you need to slow down, you need to take a break, you need to rest, you know, you need to do this, da 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 da, you know, you're gonna burn yourself out, and you know, that as I've gotten older, and now that I'm 40, you know, I look back and hear what someone like Jack has to say about training intelligently, and, you know, I wonder how far off the mark I was by, you know, hammering as much as I did and not really ever reaching my full potential, because I wasn't ever maximizing my full capacity by always being in the red so much, you know?
Yeah. Now, like, based on going to that seminar, do you think, in just terms of programming, and maybe not if you're a runner, but if you're just, you know, you're into training energy systems for CrossFitters, or athletes, do you think it would be beneficial to go to something like that, or do you think it's more just pretty much cut and dry just for runners?
No, I mean, I think anyone.